There is a growing concern tonight that pet owners could be over-vaccinating their dogs.
The debate focuses on older animals. CBS Austin's Betty Cross found out what dog owners can do to protect their pets.
We're kind of having a not so good day today.
Michael Hayes is suffering right along with his best friend Charlie.
But he's just so physically beat up right now that he can't do much.
Michael says Charlie has so little energy he can barely lift his head.
He went down so far that he just nearly stopped breathing that one night.
And Michael thinks he knows why.
This happened after his vaccines. He was fine the day before we did this.
Michael says these photos show how healthy Charlie was before he got a rabies vaccine and his other core boosters.
But the day after those vaccines, he just kind of started acting a little weird, and then 2 days later he couldn't go up and down the stairs.
Michael took Charlie to several clinics to figure out what was wrong and never got a conclusive answer. But he says Charlie had no symptoms before the vaccines. If Charlie was already sick, vaccination guidelines state he should not have been given boosters until after he recovered.
I'm not anti-vax. I'm not telling people not to do vaccines. I'm telling them to watch out for over-vaccination.
The American Animal Hospital Association has made several revisions to the canine vaccination guidelines. After puppy vaccines and a one-year booster, the association recommends healthy adult dogs get boosters for core vaccines at intervals of 3 years or longer.
That was big, going from annually to every 3 years. But the reality is maybe they can go longer than that. The research is showing that most of these dogs are protected for 5-7 years or longer.
Girl. Dr. Judy Keller says there's an easy way to determine if boosters are necessary. The Leander veterinarian says an antibody titer test monitors immunity to certain viruses.
Distemper and parvo and hepatitis and rabies.
Okay.
The blood test checks antibody levels, and Dr. Keller says it gives vets more information than if they automatically do revaccinations.
By running that blood test, you can tell if this dog is still protected. If they are still protected, if they have a protective level of antibodies, then vaccinating them isn't benefiting them at all.
Michael says his 13-year-old dog had been getting core vaccines every year. He says he wishes he'd known to ask for a titer test before agreeing to the latest round of vaccinations.
As far as his physical strength and everything, just keeps getting worse.
And not long after this interview,
he still loves petting, though.
Charlie passed away.
I'm not trying to scare you out of doing vaccines. I just want you to be aware that after so many vaccines, you should really check the titer level.
Adverse reactions to dog vaccines are rare, but Michael says it will ease his heartache if he can raise awareness and keep someone else from losing their best friend. Betty Cross, CBS Austin News.